Hey guys, it's Susie from your BFF, and today we're going to do some supersets. Basically, we take sets of 2 different exercises that you'll do back to back, about 10 or 12 reps, and you'll do those 2 exercises for 2 to 3 sets. And today we're just going to do the 10 to 12 reps and 2 sets of each one because we have 5 sets of exercises. You need a variety of weights, and I'll give you a reference as to what weight I'm using. Not that you have to use that weight, but just as a reference, because some of them are going to be lighter, some are going to be heavier, and before each set of exercises I will demonstrate, and I'll let you know what kind of weight I'm using. So the first superset is going to be a weighted donkey kick, and then a weighted banded glute bridge. You're going to need a little bit lighter weight, medium weight for the donkey kick, and then a super heavy weight, as heavy as you feel like you can stand safely, for the glute bridge. You only need one weight because this is going to be a right and left unilateral exercise. So the donkey kick here is going to be, the weight is in the crook of your knee. You're going to start here, foot is going to be flexed so that it's flat, like you're going to lift the ceiling. And you can make this movement a full range movement as long as you're controlling it, or you can keep a little more tension in your glute and lift from straight out from the hip and then press it up. And that is going to be your donkey kick, the glute bridge. You're going to need a band of some sort if you have it. If you don't, it's not a problem. You can do it without, but this adds a little bit of intensity here. And when you're using a heavier weight, just so you don't tweak yourself, you're going to come down on your hip, on your side, lift that weight onto one side, and then roll it onto your hips. Push it down to your pelvis, that crook right between your leg and the bottom of your torso, and you're going to lift and lower, lift and lower. And those are the 2 exercises we will do first. So I'm going to take the band off. Get started with our donkey kick. All right, you're going to do right leg first, in the crook, nice and stabilized. Palms are underneath your shoulders, belly button squeezed in that tabletop position. You're going to lift the leg, and you're going to press for those 10 to 12 reps. Your breathing may not match, but you want to breathe. Inhale and exhale, a few more here. And then you're going to switch sides carefully. So switch the weight to the other side. And these supersets are meant to be more strength training. So you're going to go with the heavier weights that you can lift for these. Flat foot, like you're going to lift the ceiling. Pulse for those 10 to 12 reps. If you're more comfortable doing the full range, as I said before, all the way down and all the way up, takes a little longer, and your breathing will be a little slower, but you can do it that way as well. And you finish. So you do those, set your weight to the side, grab your band and your heavier weight. As I said, there's not much of a pause between the 2 exercises, just the time it takes you to get set up. Roll it onto your hips. I'm using a 25 for the hip bridge. I used a 12 for the donkey kick. You're just going to lift and lower. Breathe when you lift. Inhale down. Breathe. Keeping the belly button squeezed in to your spine to keep that back stabilized. And squeezing those glutes at the top. You're halfway there. Good. 3, 2, keep resistance on that band, and 1. And then carefully dismount it the same way that you mounted it. Take your band off. We'll do one more set. You can do these in sets of 3 if you prefer. You want a little longer workout, but for today and for the video, we're just going to do 2 sets of each. Back into your donkey kick. Organize, belly button squeezed in, palms are under the shoulders, flat back, flat foot, and then pulse. Make sure you breathe in. Halfway there. That stabilizing foot is flat, so your toe is extended. 3, 2, 1. Carefully switch sides. And you might start this out with a little lighter weight, but you're going to find that your glutes can withstand those heavier weights. Sometimes the harder part is just keeping it squeezed in that crook of your knee. If you're using neoprene weights, sometimes they're a little easier because they have a little bit of texture to them. 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully put that weight down to the side. Come back to your band. Take a deep breath in and out as you can. Lean. Roll the weight up carefully. Get it into position. Back is nice and flat. Resistance in those thighs against the booty band. And you're going to lift and breathe. Inhale down. 5 more. Good. All right, that's our first superset. We have 4 more to go. So you're going to find that you could turn this into a Tabata if you'd like, because you have 2 exercises back to back. This goes a little slower. Take breaks as you need them. You're not on a timer, you're counting your repetitions. All right, so this next one, you're going to need extra weights for the floor. And I'm using them. You can actually use anything else that you have that's stable. If you have the leg of a bench, or even if I wanted to use this off the Bowflex to elevate my heels. We just want those heels up off the floor so that your toes are planted. This puts the weight more in your toes for this squat, which works your quads. Normally we're putting our weight in our heels, which works our glutes more. This one also, you're going to need a little heavier weight, not quite as heavy as the glute bridge maybe, because this one you're going to be holding at your chest. So I'm going to switch, do this both ways. So you're going to put your heels on those weights, toes are going to point slightly out, and of course they're going to be elevated. Your heels will be elevated. Your weight is at your chest. You're going to do that sumo or plie squat, which is a little bit wider than a regular squat. Again, if we do it from the side, put your weights down. You don't want to use weights that are round. These weights have flat sides to them so they won't roll. You're going to go back and down with that booty, holding the weight at your chest. Breathe when you come up, okay? And then you're going to do some banded side squat. You're going to need that band again. So as you can see, this is a little slower pace than our Tabata or HIIT that we did last time. And put the band right above your knees. You're going to come into a squatted position, hands in front of your chest wherever you need them to be. You're just going to take those steps to one side, keeping your booty down, and to the other. All right? So here we go. I'm going to stay to the side for this one. Get yourself organized, belly button squeezed in, back is nice and straight. Come down into that squat. Breathe. Pushing through the toes. Squeezing at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully put your weight down. Put your band on. Squat. Remember, knees are going to stay behind those toes the whole time. Booty is back, like there's a door back there that you needed to shut. 4 or 5 to one side, 4 or 5 to the other for your 12. A couple more for good measure, since I wasn't counting. And good. Little tiny breather. Real quick sip of water. And back into your squat. Remember, carefully get yourself loaded. Use your hips to lift that weight up. Get it to your chest. Remember, inhale down. In. Squeeze your belly button to your spine so that you don't feel this in your lower back. Halfway there. Feeling it in my quads. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Set that weight out of the way because we won't need it for a bit. If you don't have a cloth band, I realize the rubber ones don't work quite as well, but do your best. I would suggest, if you can find a cloth one, that it will be more comfortable for you. Back and forth, keeping your booty down. The lower you are, the more you're going to feel that. Working those outer glutes, and you're good. All right, so next, we are going to work on our calves. So in set 3, we're going to do some more with our legs. We're going to work on our calves, which we don't specify those very often. And we're going to do a calf raise with super heavy weights. So as heavy as you have, I have 25s. That's as heavy as I have right now. And we're going to do a farmer's carry, which you're also going to use a heavy weight for, but you're only going to use one. That will be a unilateral exercise. So of course, bend your knees and use your hips to lift those weights. I'm going to turn to the side. You want to get into neutral, roll those shoulders back and down, push your belly button into your spine to make it nice and strong, and you're basically just going to lift and lower those heels. Lift and lower with that heavy amount of weight in your hands, and we're just going to lift and lower that 10 to 12 times, up and down, really contracting those calves as you lift, releasing them as you lower. Got a few more here. Make sure you breathe in. Make sure those shoulders are staying square. Back is strong. All right, then I'm going to set one of these down. I still have 125. And for this one, you can carry it at your hip, but you want an extended length where you can walk at least 5 or 6 steps and go back and forth. If you've got a longer space, that's great. Sometimes I walk all the way around the room, but I won't do that today. So unilateral, you've got a lot of weight in one arm. Means your core has to work to keep your body balanced. And you're just going to walk in normal steps, but you're going to feel that pull, and you are going to counteract that pull. Keep yourself upright, shoulders square, good posture. And this maybe doesn't seem like much, but when you have a super heavy weight, it's working your core, it's working my shoulder, my lats are getting involved there, right under my arm. I'm going to walk back and forth for, 10 or 12 steps, or a few more. Carefully switch arms with that heavy weight. And again, balance yourself. Make sure that the arm is down by your hip. Flexibility in the elbow, but not a bend. And your hand is just a hook. So don't have a death grip on that weight. Just hold it as gently as you can, even though it's heavy. Now I'm going to show you, real quick, 25s for that. I'm going to show you a little lighter weight, a 20. Just give you a real quick demonstration in between exercises here. You can also gently rest that on your shoulder. A little bit lighter weight, this is a 20. And do the same thing if it's more comfortable for you to do it this way. Okay? All right, and get back to those calf raises. Grab my weights. Again, my hands are hooks, just holding them as loosely as I can, but still hold them. At my hip, shoulders are back and down, back is straight, belly button squeezed in. Lift and lower. Again, working those calves. Good, halfway there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Put one weight down. Back in my corner again here, and walk back and forth. You noticed I started on the left side this time. Often we forget. And whatever hand is dominant for you, we often start on that side because it seems like it's our stronger, or at least more comfortable side. Sometimes you want to switch. Breathe as you walk. Switch sides carefully. Other side. Again, keeping in mind good posture. Shoulders are back and down from the ears. Whenever you carry something heavy, your shoulders want to lift up towards your ears to help you out. You want to keep from doing that. And you're good with those. So those are your calf raises and your farmer's carry. Next we're going to do a renegade row and a chest press on the floor. All right, for round 4, we're going to do what's called a renegade row and a chest press. So you're going to be down on the floor with a mat, hopefully, and you're going to be on your knees, or actually in a plank position, or on your knees if you feel like you need to be in a modified position, and then we're going to flip to our back. So renegade row, you have 2 weights. You do want them heavier. As I said earlier, this is more strength training. And you have to have your feet wide for balance, and you're going to bring one up at a time, bending that elbow, bringing it up even with your torso. Now, this isn't easy. If you need to drop down, you can still do it here. Just make sure you keep your pelvis tucked. Your booty's not out here. You're tucked in here, and you're still drawing some strength from that core. So I have 20s here, which is pretty heavy. But it's also because of the convenience of flipping over onto my back and using them for my chest press. So, you're going to be flat on your back. You need to push your belly into the spine. Keep your back flat. Now, some of us have trouble with that, so it's okay to lift your feet into a 90-degree position here to keep that back flat. It engages your core a little bit. You're just going to lift and lower. Nice and easy. And those are the 2 exercises we'll do for this round. So get yourself into your plank position. And again, if you want to start with lighter weights, just to get used to the movement here. So I'm going to show you without weights. You're going to hold your body as still as possible and bring that elbow back towards your hip. Here we're going to do it with the weights. Feet are wide. You're going to do 12, but you're going to do 6 on each side. Count each one. This is 4, 5, 6. Good. Make sure you're breathing. 10. Awesome. And carefully bring your weights back with you to a lying position. Get your back situated. You want those wrists to track right over your elbows. Lift your feet if you're going to. Press the back into the mat. Lift up over your eyes. Breathe when you lift. This is 8. 2 more. Or 12. right here. And carefully bring them back down to your sides. Set them down gently. Flip over for your second set. Catch your breath. Organize. Remember, feet are wide. Might have to be wider than your mat or off the end of your mat. Your wrists are right under your shoulders. And you're going to lift. Halfway there. Remember, 6 per side. This is 8. And you're done with those. Carefully bring them back. I feel like I'm doing 3 sets of this one. But here's set number 2. Chest press. Catch your breath. Organize. Belly button into your spine. Check your wrists. Right over your elbows. Feet up. And lift. Up over your eyes. This is 9, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring them down. All right, good job. We thought we were working our booty today, but now we're working our chest and our shoulders and our arms. All right, so the next exercise, grab a drink of water. Little sip. It's going to be a plank drag. So again, I know those planks. I'm going to show you this from 2 different directions. And then you're going to do a pec fly on your back again with a reverse crunch. We're going to kind of push that at the very end instead of going easy in the 4th quarter. So this is round number 5. So your plank drag, you're going to use a heavier weight. I've got a 25 here. You're going to do your plank so that the weight is a few inches behind your palms. You're going to reach over with the opposite arm. Just grab that, drag it over. And grab it and drag it back. You're going to feel this underneath here in your lats, which sometimes is a harder area for us to get to. Then next, after that, will be your plank fly. Pec fly, excuse me. And we're going to use some 12s for that. So your pec fly, I'm going to show you the fly first. You probably are familiar with this. Feet are flat on the floor, back is flat. You're going to push out front of your chest. A little bit of flexibility in those elbows. Bring those arms all the way down to the floor. Hug a tree as you come up. But we're going to add a modified reverse crunch, which is this movement with your feet. And we're going to do it all at once. So you're going to open everything up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. These 2 are going to challenge your core. So whatever position is best to do this in, I'm going to do it this way, I think. A little more space here. Again, 12 total for these. Get into your plank position, a little bit wider with your feet so that you have that base to pull from. The left hand is going to bring it over to the left side. Right is going to reach, bring it to the right side. And we're going to keep on going. Make sure you scoot it over far enough that it's a challenge to reach. Keep the rest of your body stable. I believe that's 6. Got 6 more to go. 5 more to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Come back over. So we're going to do this one on your back. Give you a little breather from those planks. All right, get yourself situated. Feet up, arms up, all up and out, and your breathing is going to be opposite. Breathe out, Inhale, exhale, inhale. Remember, you're hugging a tree. Arms are not going to be straight, elbows aren't locked out. Halfway there. Got 6 more. 6, 5, 4, breathe. Inhale, 2 more. And carefully put your weights back down. Grab a quick sip of water before you do that last plank. Weight is already here. Remember, palms right underneath your shoulders. The weight is a few inches back from your palm. Get into your plank. Remember, booty's not up, not slouched. Nice flat body. If you've got mirrors, that will help. Slide it back and forth. Grab the head of it, slide it back and forth. Now, I do find these metal weights can slide across a little easier. Halfway there. Good. Don't lose your weight. Might try to get away from you. 3, 2, and 1. That weight out of the way. Come back. Give it all you got. Working that core. You should be able to feel this underneath your arms, all the way down to your pelvis. Feet up, arms up. Remember, elbows aren't locked. Inhale, exhale. In. Try to bring the arms so that the upper arm touches the floor of the mat. Your forearm stays up off the floor because you've got that flexibility in your elbow to protect it. I believe you have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, guys, that's it. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Remember, these are supersets, 2 exercises back to back. You do them 2 or 3 times. If you want to do the 3rd round, just start your video back over and do them again. And again, you can turn this into a Tabata if you'd like. Just turn the timer on and do the 2 exercises back to back that we have paired in each of these 5 sets. Obviously, you get an extra set in because normally we do Tabatas in 4 sets. So enjoy yourselves. Remember, you need a variety of weights. Try to go heavy if you're doing it as a superset so that you get that strength training in. If you change it to a Tabata, go lighter with your weights.